Anglers, welcome back, or should I say, welcome to the revolution. So, there's a revolution happening in the battery world for us anglers. You know, and not everyone has caught on to it, and some people have been on to it for a while, and that revolution is lithium batteries. And what they do for us is amazing things, especially as kayak anglers, and we'll get into that in just a second. But let's show you what a lot of us started out with, and what a lot of you may be using out there is an AGM. You guys see that? Lead acid battery. I think it's actually kind of heavy. What is this thing? This guy's a 14 amp hour. Now, AGM stands for absorbent glass mat. So you can actually have this in any orientation you want, which was a huge advantage for batteries, because before AGM you really couldn't store them any particular way. And honestly, I was always still a little worried about it, so I always kept it in the upright orientation anyway, just because I was worried about it. Deep cycled AGMs, they have a voltage curve to them. So as they start using them, the voltage starts out nice and high, a little over like 13.7, somewhere around there, and it'll start dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. As that voltage drops, that actually affects your electronics, believe it or not, to a small degree. And you may think, hey, Smitty, why is that such a big deal? Well, it's a big deal because if you're in a tournament, you might miss that big fish by a small degree. It's all about small adjustments, small degrees, small angle changes, small color changes. So any small advantage I can get, I want. Lithium holds its voltage all the way to the end until right before it runs out, and then it shuts off. So you keep a very constant voltage across the whole cycle of the battery, which is very nice to have because your lights run better, your electronics run better, everything runs better when your voltage is more consistent. Lithium technology, only way that can happen. But that says it's 14 amp hours, but is it really 14 amp hours? You know, deep cycled AGMs, it's really more like a 6 to 7 amp hour battery. You really don't want to go beyond half its capacity, because then you start hurting the battery and you start losing voltage. And when you start losing voltage, it starts affecting how your fish finder runs, and then that starts affecting how you fish. So it's really not a great way to go. A lot of us went this route because it was inexpensive. These guys are like 40 to 50 bucks a pop, you know. But when you get to a little bit bigger fish finders, you're really going to be maxing these things out. And you're putting a ton of weight in your boat. These things are extremely heavy. Extremely heavy. And you know, I was going through 3 of these a year, tournament fishing. One year I went through 4 of them. So that's $200. When you can buy a lithium 20 amp hour battery for, you know, about that much. A little less, a little more, you know, depending. Let's talk about lithium batteries. There's different types of lithium batteries out there. And what we're going to talk about lithium iron phosphate batteries that you're going to see generally in the fishing world. You're going to see a lot of different companies make these for kayak fishing, for motorboat fishing. They make them in different sizes, from 7 amp hours to 200 amp hours beyond. A lot of popular ones are the 33s for kayaks. The 20s for kayaks are super popular. The 20s is about the perfect size, up to a 9-inch screen. You go much beyond that, you're going to want to go to a 33 amp hour battery. And the reason that you want to have a little bit of extra juice in there is so when you're out in the water that you don't run out of juice. So having a little extra is always nice to have. I always like to have a little left over. This guy right here is a 33 amp hour battery. And it's literally lighter weight than a 14 amp hour battery. This is a lithium battery. When you start going to lithium batteries, you're talking half the weight. So in kayaks, that's a big thing. Half the weight in the kayak world is a big thing. When you're talking every pound matters because you're having to haul your kayak to the water by hand, or you're having to pull it out and load it. Just all that stuff, all the weight matters. And so this is where the revolution's happening. The revolution's happening between these two battery systems, you know. People are switching over to lithium batteries. Are they more? Yes, they're significantly more. But here's the deal, the charge cycles. You're talking thousands of charge cycles, you're talking hundreds of charge cycles. So for this AGM, you're only going to get 600 to 800 charge cycles out of it. You're going to get thousands of charge cycles off your lithium battery. That right there saves you money. You're going to have the lithium battery longer. It's cost you more upfront on lithium batteries, but it saves you more money in the long run. You know, the technology's there where these guys work really good and work flawlessly if you get a good quality lithium battery. And that's the key, is to getting a good quality lithium battery. And not all lithium batteries are created equal. Some of the things that separates lithium batteries from each other are the grade cells that are used inside here. This isn't one big battery. This is a battery made up of smaller batteries inside here. And those batteries make up your overall package here. And using grade A batteries cells is something that is very important to quality. Longevity of life, you know, grade A and B cells will all work fine, and then when you first get the battery, but a year down the road, 2 years down the road, and I consider these an investment, man. You know, they cost a little extra, so it's an investment to me for the long run. So I want to make sure I get grade A cells. And if you buy a Mtech battery, you're going to be getting grade A cells. Let's talk about charging. The charging between an AGM, you have to do like a trickle charge in an AGM. It's a very slow charge. It's a very metered out charge. One of the great things about getting a high quality lithium battery is that you can charge them fast. I have a 20 amp hour charger. This is a 33 amp hour battery. So in less than an hour and a half, I can take this from 0 to full. So if you forget to charge it and you only have about a half hour, you're putting 10 amps into it. You're putting a fair amount into it. And the neat thing is this guy can be charged up to a 40 amps an hour. They got a little sticker on the back just to let you know what battery you have and all the good information. And you can charge this up to 40 amps an hour. So I'm only, even doing it at 20 amps, even though it's super fast, that's still half the rate that I can charge this. And that shows you the quality and the BMS that they have in here, is that it can charge the cells very, very fast. This powers your electronics, this powers your lights, this powers everything. Who wants to have problems? Buy quality, buy it once, you know, and those are the things that start to matter a lot. When you start switching over to the lithium technology, you really want to buy quality. You don't want to buy the cheapest out there, and it doesn't mean buying the most expensive out there either to buy quality. Right here, Mtech lithium batteries, right here, are about the best balance you can get for your money. The quality that they put into each one of these guys is more than anybody else, I believe, on the market. You know, just to give you a few things, like their BMS is an industrial quality BMS. It's much more heavy duty of a BMS than you find in most batteries. They come with stainless steel hardware. It comes with a gauge right here so you can see your percentage of how much battery life you have left on there. Not very many batteries have that. It's really good to know. Customer service on your warranty. If you ever have a problem, customer service these days is such a big thing. You know, when a problem comes up, how does the company deal with it? Mtech Lithium, killer customer service. Get a 5-year warranty. It's a no BS warranty. You have a problem with it, you contact them. They're going to take care of you, and they're going to make you happy again. And they're going to get you another battery that comes to you with another 5-year warranty. And there are some other companies out there with longer warranties, but you're going to want to read your warranties. You're going to want to read your warranties. So if you haven't joined the revolution yet, you haven't made the switch to lithium batteries yet, and you're asking yourself why you haven't. Well, that's a really good question on why you haven't switched over to lithium batteries. Join the revolution. Lithium batteries are the future. They're going to save you weight. They're going to save you money in the long run. And they're going to work better longer. So guys, I hope this helps you all out, and joining the revolution and thinking about lithium batteries helps push you over the edge. I'll catch you all later.